Ronnie Dale, Four Wheeling Australia. Finally, another tyre review. The MAXXIS RAZR, this has been requested for quite some time. Product disclosure, I was given these tyres. However, I don't have any tyres with MAXXIS. I was purely given them as a product placement and a product test. So I'm going to give you my honest review on these tyres like I have on all the previous tyres. So previous tyres I've had, the first review I've done with this vehicle right here was the Nitto trail grapplers. Then I moved to the general all-terrain tyres. Then I went to TOYO open country mud terrains. And now I'm on my second set of the MAXXIS RAZR. And when I say second set, when I first acquired these tyres, I got 8 of them. So I had 2 on the trailer, 2 spare, 4 on the vehicle. Ran the 4 tyres to the ground and then I swapped them all out. So now I have a full fresh set on here. There are 2 spares on the back, so I can show you how they've worn over the last 45,000 kilometres. Let's get straight into that.
Wear and tear. This is a rear tyre at 5,000 kilometres. This next one is at 45,000 kilometres. And the third one you're looking at right now, that is the front tyres at 45,000 kilometres.
First up, let's discuss the size and what it actually is. So this is a MAXXIS RAZR MT. They've only been in Australia for about a year and a bit maybe. They've been in the US for 2.5 years, maybe even longer than that, maybe 3 years. This is on a 16-inch rim. It is a 315/75 R16. So it equates to just under 35 inches. So it's like 34.8 inches or something. So it's a 35-inch tyre, pretty much. Load range is E, meaning what's on the screen now, because I can't remember at the top of my head. Maximum PSI, 65 cold. The most I've actually put in it ever has been 50. I'll get into all the aspects of highway, sand driving, mud driving, all that stuff right now. 40,000 Ks, then they got to a point where I needed to change them. On the highway, very grippy. Noise factor is quite low actually. I have had all-terrain tyres in the past on previous vehicles that have been noisier than these tyres. These are the quietest mud terrain tyres I've ever had on this vehicle, or any vehicle. So that is a major bonus. The wearing of them, yeah, good. The grippiness, good. They're good in the wet weather. I haven't really slid out or anything. Gravel roads, yeah, fairly grippy, as you'd expect, with the right PSI. Sand driving, I have been getting bogged a little bit, but I think that's more to do with towing rather than the vehicle itself. When I don't tow, I just don't really get bogged in the sand, to be honest. So tyres are fine in the sand. Mud-wise, I've only done 2 short trips with mud with these tyres, but they've done really well. I've been impressed by them cleaning themselves and whatnot. In terms of picking something that I don't like about these tyres, it's actually quite difficult. I can't think of anything. The only thing I can say is I have staked one of them, which I think I already mentioned. 1 stake. First stake I had in these tyres. Right in the sidewall too. I'm trying to get it out, but I just have to push it in. What are you hiding there, hey? Oh, might just be 1 plug. One plug, off we go. It's holding pretty good. Let's talk PSI. On the highway, I'll use these at about 45 on the back, 40 on the front. That's about generally where I'm sitting. It seems to be a good pressure with the weight that this vehicle has. And I've only ever had these up to 50 as cold pressure. I do find that if I have a lot of load on it, they can heat up from 45 to 50 PSI. So when the tyres get hotter, the air expands and then they become more inflated or more pressure inside the tyre. On gravel roads, I will use, I think I drop out 10 PSI out, so this will be on 35, the front will be on 30. And that seems to be really good PSI with these tyres over the corrugations. You just find the right speed, obviously. Sand, I've only really had to go down to about 18 on the back, 16 on the front. Mind you, there has been a few trips I've done with the trailer. I had to go right down low because I was really getting bogged in some really soft stuff when I towed the trailer. So I think at one stage we did actually get down to about 14 and about 12 in the front, but not much lower than that. Mud and rocks and tracks, trails, that kind of stuff. 25 back, 20 front, and that seems to be a really good tyre pressure. I haven't dented a rim. That is one thing I'll have to mention here. With these tyres, I have not dented a rim. With these tyres, I have not lost it off the bead either. It's all positive stuff, really. The only negative was that one stake on the tyre. That is it. They're heavy just like all the other tyres, but it's the same thing. One interesting thing that I have done, now only done with these tyres, is actually mark the rim and I marked the tyre. This will be for another video. I noticed after a trip that the tyre had moved about 2 inches from where the line was on the rim, on the back, but not the front. Just a bit of added information here for you guys. When you lower your tyres and you do off-roading, your tyre will move on the rim sometimes, which makes all the balancing on all those weights you put on the tyre kind of useless, right? Because it's shifted. So if you frequently four-wheel drive, like a lot, don't bother balancing your tyres. That's just my opinion. I'm not a tyre expert.
Sorry to cut in here, but there is one little issue I found with this tyre, and a lot of tyres have the same issue. It is in the morning when it's really cold and you start to drive and your vehicle's been sitting there for more than 12 hours, you have flat spots. It's like your tyre the rubber has a memory overnight. So until the tyre heats up and it's done a couple of kilometers of rotation, you got that flat spot. I've had this in previous tyres before, but not all of them. So there's a bit of a con for you, but that's the only one that I can think of. And I'm kind of being picky here. But on the other hand, I'm glad I found something that I didn't like about these tyres, because there's always something that can be improved. Now, after explaining this to you, I still think this is the best tyre that I've ever had on my Land Cruiser. Hands down, best tyre so far.
Thanks for watching, guys. My final statement in this video, in this review, is I would suggest watching the other reviews I've done for the other 3 brands of tyres that I've tried, and then you can kind of get the understanding of what I'm talking about here. It'll also galvanise the fact that this is an honest review. It's not one of those BS things that people are paid to say good things about a product. Thanks for watching, guys. Any suggestions of other tyres maybe I should try out, put them down in the comments below, and subscribe over here. And do check out those other tyre reviews. There's one just down there. Thanks, guys.